Okay, so for the handle, first you can create a fill layer. Okay, so in the fill layer you can turn off all the channel, just leave the color. So first you can pick your handle color, like let's say I put it maybe just a black handle. Okay, so now actually the color is done, unless you want to modify the color. Okay, then you need to add a black mask and then add some fill layer inside. Okay, so for this handle, the main part is the height. Okay, so we create another fill layer. Okay, this one we just use height. Okay, so for the height layer you can add a black mask. Okay, and then we can add a fill layer. Okay, so inside the fill layer we can use gradient. Okay, gradient. So how are you going to tell like which area is affected? Okay, so actually you can just hold alternate and then click the black mask. Okay, so the white part is actually affecting the area here, but we can't see like very clearly. So maybe I just turn up the contrast. Okay. Okay. So for the value on the balance here, the smallest value is 0.001. Okay, so you can adjust the contrast, and then when you click back to the fill layer here, you can see like nothing happened because your height haven't adjusted the value. So you can see when adjusting, you can see the outcome, the result here. Okay, so we can actually go back to the fill layer. Okay, if we want to do the bump in bump out layer, we can try to adjust the tiling. Okay, you see the tiling here. Okay, so you can actually adjust a lot, but now I think the contrast is too, or the balance is too much, too low, the value. So you can adjust the tiling. Okay, the maximum, actually you can just type the value you want. Okay, if you want more, then just type in here. Okay, so for me I think For me, I think 18 is enough. Okay. So after you adjust the tiling, you can try to play around with the balance again. Okay. So let's say, okay, I want this kind of areas. Okay. So back to here. Okay. So this one depends on your reference or what kind of patterns you want to do. So for this area, I want it to bump in. So I just put the height value to negative, like this. Okay, so now we can actually go back to the fill layer. You can rotate. Okay, you can do the offset here, but actually it doesn't matter because we are using repeat. Okay, so we can do rotation. Okay, let's say this is what I want. Okay, and then inside here you got a lot of attribute. Wait, oh, this cannot adjust the transformation XYZ. Okay, never mind. So for now, okay, sometimes you'll find out you got this problem. Okay, it doesn't align. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go to the fill layer. Okay, not this main layer. Okay, to the mask. Okay, the fill layer under the black mask. Okay, so on here the projection, you just change to planar projection. Okay, then you fix the problem. If you still got the issue, right, please check your Maya. Okay, your handle, is it on 3? Okay, is it on the smooth mode, or your UV got problem. Okay. So after I change the prana projection, I need to adjust the tiling again. Let's say this one. And then the balance. So let's say this is what I want. But now it's too sharp for me, so I can add a filter. Add a filter, and then I'll use blur. Blur. And then you can actually adjust the intensity to make this kind of result. So now it still looks like very flat, right? Because it's only bump in. The surface still very flat. So you can actually duplicate. Just control donkey. You can duplicate another one. So for this one, usually I will just affect for this area, I will affect this kind of area. So I will make all of this area bump out. So it looks like so the racket handle will not just look like this, like very flat. So it will like bump out. It will look something like bump out a bit, and then the bump in, and then bump out a bit, and then bump in, bump out a bit. So just now I already duplicate, right? So for this one, you can just turn off the blur first. So now we back to the gradient. So just now I was saying that you can alternate click the black mask, right? So we see. So this is where it affect. So you want to expand, right? So we can adjust the balance. So you can adjust the balance, and then you can look back. So now it becomes like this. This is because your main layer, this one, the height value is negative. So you can just turn it, make it higher value. Let's say I want to make it affect more area. I can increase the balance, and then the contrast, actually you can tune it down again. So it won't be like very sharp. So when you tune down the contrast, you can see the difference. So this is with contrast, like very sharp, contrast value 1. And then as you turn down the value, it will look something like this. So you can adjust the balance, or you can just leave it like this. So now you can turn on the blur again. So yeah, it depends like how you want it to look like. If I feel like it's too much, then I can go to height value here and then turn down the value a bit. So you also can adjust the balance again. So for my method on doing this handle, right, I will duplicate the third one. This will even like expand more, like affect more area. So it's the same thing. You can alternate click the black mask. I go to the balance, and then I make it like more towards like other areas. And then the contrast, I can make it even like lower. Okay, so the height value, maybe I increase the value. Okay, it looks something like this. So let's say if you want to make the middle part here, so every slope here, the middle part you want to make it bump out, right? You can. Okay, let's say this is your bump in. Okay, you want to make the in between bump out. Okay, you also can duplicate. Okay, use the alternate, click the black mask, go to the fill layer. You can actually invert. Okay, invert. So after that you can adjust the balance. So now it's actually affecting the the invert part area. Okay, so now we just adjust the height. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now it's too contrast. I turn down the contrast. Yeah. Okay, so this is how you're doing the handle texture, the bump in bump out area. Okay, so now we already done with colors. Okay, color. Then we're done with the height. Okay, so now we can go inside to the roughness channel. Okay, so you can create another fill layer. Okay, fill layer, and then just leave the roughness channel on. Okay, so for the roughness channel, you can adjust, you can see the difference. Okay, so inside here, so let's say, okay, the bump in area is more likely to accumulate dust, right? So you can use the fill layer here. Okay, so you can find like which. Okay, so this fill layer is to make the bump in, right? Okay, you can duplicate this one. Okay, you can duplicate this one. Maybe okay, duplicate this one, and then you can change the channel. Okay, change to roughness. Okay, so when I try to adjust the value, you can see now it's only affecting this part. Okay, this is because all of your fill layer here under the mask, okay, is the things you are using on this layer. Okay, so for this area, maybe okay, it's more dust, right? So it's more likely to like looks like this. Okay, so this is your dust. The blur you can just delete. Okay, so this is your dust. Okay, so if you want to make the overall looks like a bit shiny, okay, you can it's the same thing. Okay, apply a black mask and then add a fill layer. Okay, inside here you can just find a map. Okay, a dirt map, or okay, maybe this one. Okay, okay, let's say I'm choosing this one. Okay, so it's the same thing. You can alternate click the black mask, so you can see where is it affecting. So you can see this problem coming out again, right? So go to the fill layer. Okay, scroll up to the projection here, change to plana projection. Okay, yeah, it still got a bit distortion here. So maybe you can change around the tri-prana and the prana. So just now when I'm using prana, it looks like this. Okay, it still got the distortion. So when I change to the tri-prana, it looks something like this. Okay. Okay, so now you might not see any difference because I haven't adjust the value. So when I adjust like maybe lower, you can start to see some differences. Okay. Okay, or maybe you can change another maps. Okay, this one is too wait okay, that's okay. So inside here you also can adjust the balance. Okay, it's just like the opacity. Okay, if you make it like very high, you just turn all to the same same value. Okay, so the contrast is the same thing, and then for this one you can adjust the tiling here. What's going on? I'm recording. Yeah. Okay, so you can adjust the tiling here. Okay, but you need to like look careful because sometimes when you're tiling you see something like this. It's very like repeat. Okay, so for this one we might not using the tiling. Okay. Okay, so when I turn on this tool, okay, you can adjust the roughness. Okay, make it more shining on the handle part. Okay, so when I turn on the bump, the high map, it will look something like this. Okay, if you don't want to make it like super shiny, then just turn, okay, increase the roughness. Okay, so that's how you do the handle part.